Hello there guys, and welcome back to our car modeling tutorial, and today we are going to be looking at filling in the gaps at the back here. The rest of the car is looking pretty good inside here, so we're getting fairly close to the point where we're going to need to start extracting and thinking about smoothing. What we'll do first is let's have a think about this here. Let's maybe bring in these two sections. What we'll probably want to do is, I think the best shot here would be just to move this as far across here as possible. We can maybe do the same with this one. Let's take this across here. We want to maintain the kind of shape that we have, so make sure we pull this back out and do the same here. Pull this out. That's looking pretty good. We'll re-snap these elements here to those. I'll maybe move this one in here a little bit. Now, what we're going to want to do is add some edge loops to this section. I think what we'll do is we'll add a whole bunch. Let's have a think. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this one could go down here. Okay, so we could add. That's not actually that bad. Let's grab our tool here and a 5, it'll be fine. So we'll add in multiple edge loops here and just drop those in there. And that looks like it should be okay. Let's actually make that back to 1. Right, so it looks like we should be able to fit this in quite nicely here. It's good, moving this just a little further over here. So I think the best way to do this will be to actually bring in this now. Firstly, let's just have a look at bringing in this bit. Now I think this is actually going to need to come down a whole lot further than I have so far, so let's bring this down here. Okay. Should be fine. And we'll want to bring this down here as well. So come back with that. And also want to maybe bring this a little bit lower, like so. Okay, so I think we're going to want to pretty quickly get this bit flat. So I imagine we're going to want to maybe get it flat by about this point here. What we'll do is along this edge, select all of these points, get rid of those. Oops, not all of those. All these. So we just want these edges here. We're going to hit Control E. Let's just take it across one more here. So this is going to be roughly the point where we're starting to lose a little bit of this curve. So we're just going to squish it down part of the way there. Do something like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it one more and then we'll squish it all the way out. Like so. It's kind of losing that little bit, that little bump. That looks fine. Now, what we'll do is we'll get these elements lined up. We're going to need to insert an edge loop around here. Now, it looks like we may want to increase the height of these elements here. Maybe not that or this. Just kind of pull that up a little bit more. Down a little bit. In here, kind of bulging, so maybe take that down. So we've kind of fizzled out that curve. Now what we'll do is grab all these edges again. And just extrude these all the way to the end here. Now, firstly, I'm going to want to merge these two together. So edit mesh and merge those. Now hopefully, we should have enough bits. If we grab those, merge those together, we'll hold down V for all of these elements here. Okay. So I think what we'll want is, we'll actually want this, which is our straight line. Go straight line in both directions. I think we're actually going to want this to be down here. Something like that. Which means this here will want to drop as well. I think again, we want to bring this down a bit more there. Okay. So let's grab both of these two. So let's just throw in some quick edge loops just to kind of make this all sit as it should. So let's need to add a little bit more here. So I'll bring that down level, something like that. And then I think as we get closer to this section, we'll add a little bit of curve to bring these up. Just something like that, just a really nice little piece of curvature. I want to do the same here. And here. Turn that down there. Okay, and I think we want to take this whole lot kind of in this direction here, and same here. Something like that. And what we could do, let's have a go at merging these down here. So I think again still we do need to add a bit more smoothness here. Something like that. We'll take each of these. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. I think I'm happy with how that's sitting just there. I think this here is quite like to go down a bit. I think what I'll actually do here is let's actually make that come down a little bit sooner. So it's going to be kind of more hidden underneath, or at least near the tray we created previously. merge those two together, and then we'll insert some edge loops across here. Merge those. And do the same here. So in the interest of time, I think what I'll do is in between episodes I'll just tidy this section here up. But I think if I was to leave that, that would annoy the crap out of me, so I'll take that across here. I need to move these all over slightly as well. So we want this bit to be as smooth as possible. So because there's a lot of geometry, the easiest way to make all of this as smooth as possible is by keeping all of the elements as far away from each other as possible. So kind of get all these curving around a little bit nicer here. Quickly merge this bit. Okay, it's looking pretty decent. Okay, happy enough with that. So, next, I think what we'll do is we'll have a quick look at some of the aero sections. So we've got the side skirt to make, we have the rear diffuser here to make, and we've got that huge wing to make. Now I'm kind of tempted to go for the huge wing first. If I look at my blueprints, my reference images here, it looks fairly straightforward, so let's have a go at that. Now I think the easiest way to make this would be as a completely separate element. I don't think we're going to want to really affect what we've got too much. So let's drop this in just here, and let's just pull it roughly into position. Now I don't know how much of this we can see nicely on here. Okay, we can see it. So what we'll do is we'll use this box to kind of start the shape of the extensions. Now it looks like these are absolutely bolt straight considering I've just dragged that all the way through, which is good. Now we can see that we want it to be something like that. Now in terms of height, this is going to be quite large. So you can see that it starts roughly around there. So let's just get that aligned on our model perfectly here. Something like that. And what we'll do with this is we'll just drag this all the way across here. Now, looks like my reference here that actually starts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It actually starts in line with the 6th vent down here. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it actually starts on the bottom in line there. So it starts roughly in line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, roughly in line with this one here. Okay. Now what we'll do, just to save this brick in our interior, is that all the way up there, like so. Now, I think what we'll do at this point is we'll extrude out a secondary section here. To go all the way down there. It's looking roughly about where it sits. So if we grab our edge loop tool, and again let's add some multiple edge loops. 5 should be nice enough to get us some kind of curvature inside here for now. So we can see that we actually also have, let's do the same down here. Let's do another 5 down here. And use this to follow this element all the way along. It looks roughly straight from this. Let's double check. Yeah. Okay. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one. So this is the first one underneath that we're going to want to edit. Now it actually looks. Let's have a look here. It's kind of like a twofold bit. So what we'll actually do is we'll aim to be part of this section now. Copy. I have to say something like that. So it looks like this is kind of like an extrusion that goes to a point. Straight there. So we're kind of looking at something like that. Now, I'm not liking quite how fat this is. This definitely doesn't look that fat. So let's maybe take it down a little bit here. That looks better in terms of the references there. Now, at the top here, this does go all the way along to the topmost point of the wing, but it does appear to get smaller and smaller. Actually, it's like a double kind of system. So this here, all of these points here actually want to get a little bit closer together, and we want those to end around here. Actually, I want that to end something like that. This here we can pull back. It also appears that these actually curve off. Something like that, because it's got kind of a secondary system which looks to control the top portion of the spiral there. Okay. So it actually looks as well as if here must be, just highlight that edge there so we can see. It looks like all of these points actually a little bit wider. So something like that. So it kind of scales out a little bit. What we could do is we'll insert an edge loop. I want this to be a single edge loop. But it's okay, so we'll use the multiple edge loops and we'll use the one there just to make sure it's exactly in the center. And I think this is what we'll pull out. So this point here, this point here, this point here. Do we need any more? No. These points here will actually be this kind of central fin kind of pops off there. Now, I'll be probably removing this at some point, but need to add those in because the darker shadow section there will annoy me as we develop, so bring that down. I think we'll need to smooth this element anyway. So do something like that. Now, when this starts to bend around, we actually do have another part that comes across inside here. This looks to be a similar kind of width. What we'll actually do is we'll snap it, we'll hold V here, and we'll snap it to the center point inside here. And just for a little bit, I'm actually going to keep that a little bit thinner. And the reason I'm going to do that is just so we can add a little bit more depth to the model, but I think that it kind of does do that anyway. And this is going to be this kind of secondary section. And it looks actually like there's a boo-boo there, and I want to bring all of these here. Kind of goes halfway through that wing. So take that all the way there. This section here will want to kind of start here, but protrude all the way over here. So we'll insert an edge loop again. We're going to go for multiple, and we'll maybe stick 4 inside here. Drop those on, and it looks like, can't really see, it's tough because my reference images here, sections are kind of in different little. Okay, so that's a parked view, so it looks like this is going to start just there. And we want the vertices to be a bit lower, something like that. And this goes all the way to the tip here, and something like actually comes something like that. And then it kind of just goes into a curve. Something like that. Okay guys, so I think we'll stop that episode just there. I've kind of got that first section for the spoiler in. We'll duplicate that in between episodes. It's looking pretty good. I think in the next episode we'll continue on with the spoiler, then we'll work down the aerodynamic sections at the side, and then we'll just have, we'll maybe have to work on the diffuser section as well. Okay guys.